Good morning, everyone. I'm Mark Meller, CEO of SWK Technologies. I'm excited to have you here with us today for our very first virtual Empower Customer Conference. As you can imagine, this conference is going to be a little bit different than those in the past. That doesn't mean that we're going to miss a beat on the usual excitement, inspiration, and fun that comes with Empower. I actually think that our incredible team may have found a way to raise the bar and make this virtual conference the best ever. And they baked in a few surprises along the way that I personally cannot wait to experience. As we start to reflect back on the past year, it will be remembered for so many things. Moments of sadness and heartache, of shock and surprise, of heroism and possibility, things slowing and stopping, things beginning and dramatically accelerating. We can choose to live in a world framed by scarcity and fear, or to leap forward, surrounded by achievement and abundance. There are already so many stories, and the challenges aren't over. But I believe that one of the greatest, most important, and still untold stories of the pandemic is how well we've all adapted and maneuvered to continue to enable the success of our companies and our businesses. For context, let's look at this past year. In 2020, we also saw an explosion in the use of our critical technical infrastructure in every corner of the globe. We saw a 70% increase in internet use. I know it's hard to picture, so for context, I recently read that there's 140,000 miles of railroad track laid across the United States, an achievement that took over 100 years to accomplish. A 70% increase is the equivalent of adding an additional 98,000 miles of track in a matter of weeks. Last year, there was a 76% increase in e-commerce. As a result, we saw Amazon scale its workforce to over 1 million people, and Walmart, in less than 1 year, hired more than 400,000 associates. 42% of the US labor force is now working from home, up from just 5% last year. And there was a 5 times increase in buyer activity for web and video conferencing technology. 5 times. For example, we've seen Zoom usage grow from 10 million meeting participants each day to over 300 million each and every day. It's astounding. It's a miracle that the internet didn't go down. It's a miracle that the cloud didn't vaporize under the pressure. How is it possible that at a time of the greatest change in modern history, our technology scaled like never before? How is it possible that in the face of unprecedented cybersecurity threats, our major institutions and small businesses alike have been able to do business digitally? How is it possible that entire industries have been able to create new ways of doing business and completely reimagine their supply chains almost overnight? One word: data. Data is the foundational capability that allowed all of us to pull off the impossible. Data provides the insights, the nuances, the truths that are necessary for us to perform our magic. As the world vaults forward because of technology, it's irrefutable that the data age has arrived. And in this data age, our mission at SWK is to make sure that you do not only survive, but that you thrive. We want to help you drive better outcomes faster and live healthier, more prosperous, productive lives by removing the barriers between data and action. To us, it's clear. The people and organizations who can act decisively on their data are going to succeed, and those who don't will quickly fade. And preparing ourselves for this next wave, this digital transformation, is a large part of what Empower is all about. But the data age arrives simultaneously with another new shift, the remote or work from home paradigm. These workplace models have become prevalent and probably represent the new normal for many of today's workforce. This new paradigm has many pluses and minuses, but there are many fundamental questions that need to be addressed. For example, how does your team remotely access your data and applications safely and securely? What are the cybersecurity issues associated with working from home on company laptops, or on personal computers, or on personal laptops? Are there applications available that will help you maintain your productivity? Where does automation fit in? How do you keep people motivated and engaged when they're not physically together in an office? How does e-commerce fit within my company strategy? And how do I provide a great customer experience under this new normal? There's an awful lot to navigate, and we're going to share many ideas with you over the next few days to help you succeed. Many of you are familiar with our Live Empower conferences and have attended them over the years in cities such as San Diego, Chicago, Tempe, Arizona, Greensboro, North Carolina, and Morristown, New Jersey. We've always had great turnouts in these cities, and today we have an even bigger turnout by virtue of all our virtual capabilities. And as a result, we're bringing the best of the best to you. We have an abundance of talented speakers from SWK and Sage showing you how to get the most out of your Sage products. And as with our Live Empowers, we have representatives from top Sage independent software vendors that provide add-ons to your existing solutions. And they will show you the process automation best practices that come with their products. Because we're not limited to a physical environment, we're taking advantage of our ability to bring lots of new subjects because you can choose which ones you want to attend. First, we're running simultaneous tracks, one for Sage 100 users, one for Sage X3, and one for Sage 300 with our good friends from SWK Technologies. Some presentations are common to all three tracks. Some are specific to the Sage product. Second, we've added several technology presentations. A few are around the use of Microsoft 365. This suite has been indispensable for SWK and many of our customers during the COVID-19 crisis. Microsoft 365 has not only been critical for email and scheduling, but the communications and collaboration functions, including Teams, OneNote, and SharePoint, among dozens of other functions, have become critical in building and maintaining productive team environments. As our Sage customer, you may not know this, but SWK has a robust technology and cloud practice. We have migrated hundreds of companies to the cloud, providing them with infrastructure as a service and application hosting, with cybersecurity and with business continuity solutions. In fact, SWK is one of the 50 largest managed IT service providers in the entire United States. We want to share with you the power of the Microsoft suite, so we're going to delve into MS 365 and demonstrate many functions you may not be aware of, but which can be of great help to you. Third, we're expanding our dialogue around human capital management, HCM, and HR technologies. Today's environment provides specialized HR needs for recruiting, onboarding, learning, financial wellness, and more. This is an extremely timely topic as distributed workforces, government regulation, telecommunity guidelines, and the like present ever greater challenges to managing our most important assets, our people. Simultaneous tracks give you the ability to stay within a track or cross the tracks to join a different session that might interest you. We also have a strong lineup of sponsors at today's Empower. I'd like to thank them for participating and sharing their deep knowledge of our customer experiences and needs, as well as solutions for today and tomorrow. Thank you, Avalara, AvidXchange, Lockstep, SimCloud, MySoft, CloudDocs, DataSelf, Technosoft, V Technologies, SPS Commerce, Maviva, CS3 Technology, ADP, Nectari, Alltech, Azamba, Procession, Netstock, Scanco, Orchid Systems, Datalinks, Fraction, Elemica, VelocIT, Equation Technologies, and of course, Sage Software. Right after I'm done, you'll have time for a brief break, but please be back at 11:20 Eastern Time when our very good friend and advocate, Nancy Harris, the Executive Vice President of Sage North America, will grace us with as the keynote speaker. Nancy always provides great insight and information, and she will set off this event with her thoughts on digital transformation, on what we've all experienced over the past year, and how smart companies and business managers such as yourselves have responded to the challenges and are preparing for the future. At the end of the day, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, we have a surprise guest that is among the top speakers in the U.S. Don't miss that. I'm extremely grateful that we can have this time together until we once again are able to meet in person. Until then, I hope you enjoy the next 3 days. Feel free to explore topics, engage with SWK, our ISVs, our Sage representatives, and with each other. Again, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you over the next few days. Have a great conference, everybody.